Greetings, everyone. 2 points lost. That's the feeling. Maybe we're paying the school fees. Hindsight, when I'm thinking at the stage that we are in currently, the mileage, because I don't think we had the same drive and the same conviction that defines us. Now you start thinking, where are we currently? That's the feeling that I had after. But in a match, I thought we had enough opportunities. I can recall one situation of a 4 versus 1, but we just, that last pass, even in the first half, we were not as clinical as we normally are. And these are the consequences of not being clinical. It's the same discussion we had during halftime. One thing good about us is that in the last third we're very clear the decisions that are being taken. But if I were to be honest, I don't think we were the same team today. Hence we played a draw.
We're now open for questions from the floor. Okay.
Good evening, Coach. I'm a professional journalist. Coach, just to give a thought on Sipho China, and of course, we saw, and then during halftime, he was subbed off.
Like I said, you go back, Sipho China, Achilles tendon, very tight, he couldn't continue. In the morning, we lost Mbata. Mbata was in the team, he couldn't be in the team. Makaola, an injury that you saw in the previous match. The body, these are human beings, and the bodies at some point we will give in. But we are who we are, hence we maybe let's go for the next objective, give the youngsters an opportunity in that process so that we still grow the team. But Sipho, I think it was the tight Achilles tendon, and we were medically advised that he cannot continue.
Good evening, Coach. Unlike you on the result, I think you're quite correct in saying that maybe a lot of players are a bit tired, but do you also think that emotionally, do you think, are they through what has happened in regards to the coach? Do you think that psychologically they are past that?
I wish I can assess the department, but I cannot avoid to think that direction. Like I said, you with this result, your mind go through a lot of things. What could be? You cannot have one specific answer that is the cause. That could be the case, but I can't be sure. The coach had a big impact in the club, but I thought they will use maybe this game as a way of celebrating his success and stay at the club. But how people respond to disappointment and such happenings is different, and unfortunately I don't have the capacity to measure that, but it could be a possibility.
Thank you, Joseph from Sports Coach. I'm looking at the transfer in the previous one. You didn't sign, but does this now say that the depth at Orlando Pirates could be questionable? Looking at the number of young players that you have, that young players without much stronger senior players might not actually get you over the line.
It's a good question, but I'm not sure whether I'm relevantly the right person who can respond. I think there's a lot of assessment that gets done at the end of the season, and I'm sure the wisdom that prevails in our club, if they see a need after the analysis of positions, contracts, and a lot of other things, they will make the right decisions. But currently, I think it will be jumping the gun if I were to respond in saying this one is right, this one they have to sign or not sign. And there's a lot of reports to be submitted, and after that analysis and assessment, I think the relevant decisions will be taken.
Coach, your question is Africa. Coach, is it difficult to motivate the group at this time of the season when they know that they will finish second? But also on the flip side, the coach, how do you get them to switch on? Because now they're playing against two teams that are very hungry, Super Sport United, who are trying to avoid position 15, Amazulu are trying to get themselves to cement the top 8 position? How do you get them to switch on for those games?
Like I indicated earlier, if I were to tabulate maybe a number of factors that could be the possibility that puts us in the stage that we are in, there are many, and what you are mentioning could be one possibility. But we're professionals, and we are paid to train. Even if you're not playing, you must always be ready, and we must have the recovery strategies as a professional club that allows players to play even at this point. Even if we're playing for nothing, you have sponsors to respect, you have got the bench to respect, you've got yourself and your own career that you must play every match, even if it's a training match or a friendly match. But it's just speculations that I'm giving. It's not a certainty that this is the reason.
Do we have any further questions for the coach? Final question.
Coach, just as a final coach, how difficult is it to be in an interim coaching position for these couple of games? Do you have time to implement the way that you want to play? Does your football mirror what Coach Ribeiro was doing? How do you balance that? Maybe trying to balance what your philosophy is and what Coach Ribeiro's philosophy was for a short space of time. Thank you.
I worked with the coach, I think it's 3 years he found me here, and I almost understand how he wants the methodology. But again, I think it won't be wise to me to, the coach just left last week. You try and reinvent the wheel, you try and cross the stream, change horses. I thought the wisdom was continue the processes. We're not similar, we're 2 different people, but I understand the processes of the club. Working for a club like ours, it helps at some point because it's a process that comes in front more than the individual. So one is just trying to fit into the process and understand the objectives that were laid out before, and you try and align yourself to that.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you.